Double R unplugged. Got a guess here. This is my co-conspirator, that we were talking about with with the rim that we made a tiller out of, and the Trans Am with the hose. I mean, what could go wrong? But
look at your hat.
She don't like my hat. Anyway,
Lord help her.
She's still really my wife, but she's just like sampling.
No, I'm not.
She's exploring. But anyway, she still loves me. That's all matters.
God says loves all his children. Johnny Appleseed, yeah.
Johnny Appleseed, yeah. See how
Look,
violent.
Opie looking self.
Opie was famous. He still is famous. I think he's on one of us alive. Hope it don't go to raining out there with these shoes on. You gonna get some wet feet.
At least I look professional.
You look like one of them spinning dancers, them with the spin on their toes with them kind of shoes on. I mean, if you was to something got after you, I don't think they'd stay on long. I mean, if you had to run for it, you wouldn't want to wear them robbing a bank. I promise you that.
You gotta do something.
We're talking about when I did that Le Mans glass, Le Mans, the he.
It is Lamaze.
Well, whatever she said, but I just felt like we were doing the he, teaching them how to breathe when they were, anyway. But anyway, the childbirthing classes thing. And for some reason, nobody liked that I wanted to check with a flashlight and a magnifying glass to keep mine to dry down there for no reason. I thought that was a great idea, but nobody else did. I don't even know if you like that idea. I reckon she didn't like it neither. But anyway, when the time did come, I just got...
Hold on. You think somebody wants somebody else checking them with a flashlight whenever you got pains that feel like a watermelon coming out your crotch? Would you?
Well, I'd rather my husband and wife check it than my daggone somebody down there like that nurse that got rather...
But you were my husband, so that automatically cuts it off.
Anyway. Can't blame a man for trying. Ain't no need driving down.
It was obvious you tried because I was in labor.
I'm talking about to keep him driving an hour down there for no reason.
Oh, wow.
I had to get up next morning. But anyway, well, actually, when it really happened, I didn't have to get up next morning because I had to be at home like for 3 months. I got my head busted, and I had like a thing. I think they call that a catheter. That thing that was shot in my arm. What was that thing called? That thing they come...
An IV.
Yeah, but it was taped my arm. They come by...
It was not a catheter. It was an IV.
Well, the home nurse people would come around and shoot
They give
me
you
up.
medication in a port.
A port. Yeah, port. But it wasn't like a race car motor with a port in it out. It was port. Anyway. So I got my head busted.
I mean, God.
And I got this thing in my arm, and then she went to having labor. I think your water busted, didn't you? You wet everything.
I'm fitting to wet you side of
And it was late at night. They always come at night. I think. I don't know when the pump comes. I mean, she like to fell out, but we got
Moving on.
That was the second one, pump. But the first one was true. The one we talking about when my head was busted. We get on the interstate. I had a little Ford Escort. We get on that interstate and it's late.
Well, you just stopped in the story.
Huh?
You were asking me at what point she came and what brought that about. You forgot one of the most important parts about how I come in there and told you, you need to get up and let's go. And you told me, oh, I just come back from racing that car. I don't have to get up. And I looked at you, I said, the hell you say? You either get up and drive me, I'm going to drive myself.
I don't remember that part.
I bet you don't. Y'all never do. Men.
Yeah, men. It's probably that head injury, Anyway.
Probably
I was racing the car
probably your
with my
birth
head.
injury.
You mean I was racing the car with my head in?
You didn't care?
I don't remember that. Anyway, I do remember though what happened out there on the interstate. We were doing
Yeah,
like
don't we
100.
both after I warned you to turn your emergency
Why
flashes
you want
on?
to turn your emergency flash? But if you need to turn,
The following part of the story will let everybody know why you want to cut the emergency flashers on.
but if you need to turn left or right, you can't. Nobody knows where you're going because you got all of them pointing out. You know,
They don't
flash.
care, hence it's an emergency. They just stop.
Anyway, I wound up having to cut my emergency lights on. But
Why?
we got down there about.
No. Why did you have to cut them on? What happened?
The law got behind me.
Okay. And why did they get behind you?
Well, I was speeding. And we had bought a car, and it had a drive-out tag on that little, got it from Butler Ford.
We don't care about all that. What did the cop tell you after he stopped?
He pulled a gun on me and got me out of the car and made me get out there and lay down.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got to think about it. I said, hey, I can't do this. Hey, my wife's in there, she's pregnant. They finna have a baby.
And what happened?
I told her I wasn't getting up. One, he didn't shoot me. But I was like, hey, man, my wife's pregnant. And he still had that gun on me. Anyway.
Now, what did he tell you next time needed to happen?
Well, he told me to put on my flash. But he had to go check, and I think he put a gun on you, didn't
He didn't put a gun on me. He shined a flashlight in my freaking eye when I'm over there in the middle of a hard contraction.
he? Yeah, she was in the contraction.
To you for not cutting on the emergency flashers. Probably you done had your head
I was hoping
squished.
that I was hoping that his car was faster than mine, and I was hoping that he would scoop her up and haul her down there, quicker. But he didn't. He just told me to turn on my flashing. Kind of like what she said to start with. Anyway, give her one for the team.
Give me one for myself. Hey.
But anyway, that was a rough night. Another thing I remember, we had a little Dodge Colt, and we were trying to jump my buddy's truck off. It was cheap on gas, You remember that time we had to push it up to Ricky's house to run out of gas?
No, we didn't.
Well, I couldn't keep up with the car no more. I had to get in. He got up to 25 miles an hour, and it was finna to leave me.
And why was it about to leave you?
Because you were pushing too fast.
While I was what?
Oh, you weren't pregnant then, were you?
Mm-hmm. Guess I was. I did all the work.
Well, talking about a pregnant woman that was moving. Boy, when that dog hit that, when you heard that,
Dog?
dog.
You meant dogs.
No, I don't think it was one. It was a German Shepherd.
Oh, crap.
Well, anyway, she said there's more than one. She back there.
How in the hell would you know? You were in the middle of the car, sitting in the seat.
Well, I wasn't then, but I had to get in the seat after I heard them. You wasn't there. I couldn't keep up with the car no more. I had to jump in. Anyway, we got a lot of stories. You remember that night my headlights wouldn't work when I was leaving your house, and I had to leave by 11 o'clock, and I was in that 69 Camaro, and my headlights wouldn't work.
Mm-hmm.
And they thought they thought I was trying to like lie about it, and where I could stay longer.
Mm-hmm.
And they made me leave anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to back all the way home with my backup lights on.
That was awful.
That's when she cared a lot for me, was worried about.
I still care.
Yeah.
Mm. We're supposed to love all God's children.
Mm.
Even you.
Not special.
Yeah. Don't God know. You
Right.
about done. I got stuff to do.
You remember my Barney blanket? They sent up there for me to go on that trip.
They didn't give you that blanket up there. Your crazy self.
They
Just
said get a
totally
small
all
blanket.
base misunderstood. A small blanket. They did not say baby cover.
They told one of my daughters.
You are an adult, so naturally common sense will tell you small blanket means thin blanket, not heavy. Not baby blanket, not receiving blanket.
It was a bigger one than that. Anyway, me and my buddies, we went to the Blue Ridge Parkway on our motorcycle. And they all had like Harleys and big bikes. I had a Yamaha Phaser, that one you seen like the one you seen in the video. Phaser 700 Yamaha. He didn't have no saddlebags or nothing on. So they told me to bring a small blanket. And I did. I got one of my daughter's blankets. She was about 3 years old. a Barney blanket. We went up to Mount Pisgah, up there in North Carolina.
Yeah.
Lord have mercy. Man, I like to froze to death that night. I ain't lying. But one thing I will say, I had to stop about every 100 miles to get gas, you know, up there. And I noticed that, you know, my butt would just get numb and die, and then it would come back to life. I just kept going. And up there, you'd pull in and you get gas. And about there was somebody come out there and, you know, take the money from me. I just pull in there, put my little premium hose in there. I didn't need like 2 or 3 gallons. I don't think it'd hold about 3 gallons if it was empty. I'd squirt me enough in there, because every 100 miles, then we stop and get gas. I noticed though that all the people riding them Harleys, you know, the lazy boys on wheels, you know, I pull in to get gas. They were talking about how I was going to slow them down. Pull in to get gas. I squirt my gas in there, pay the man, I'm ready to go. And they all off, they stretching and moving around and all this stuff. By that third time we stopped. And one thing though, they couldn't leave me, because that Yamaha would keep up with them Harleys easily. But by the third time we stopped, I was talking about, hey y'all, why y'all doing all this stretching? Basically, they said that their crotch was hurting too, like mine. I just kept riding. But I went 762 miles on that bike. We come back down through the Dillard House in about North Georgia. I think it's North Georgia. People come up there to eating helicopter. We were definitely out of place. That's where I was at Mount Pisgah when that woman, that waitress, wanted to know. I wanted a steak. And I mean, we wasn't dressed for that place. If you was on that list before 9 o'clock, they feed you. I don't care if it's 12 o'clock. But if you didn't eat there, you had to eat pine cones. And nice, you know, high people, a lot of money were there. They wasn't on motors there with me, like we were. Boy, it was pretty waitress. They had things up there, they call it pepper. You know, it wasn't like pepper shakers on the table. They come around there and grind this stuff up every day with something, you know. Well, anyway, I was wanting a steak. We all been talking about a steak. Rohall was talking about getting a steak, you know, New York strip, whatever, and ribeye, and this, that, and other. And then one of them, the lady asked me about, did I want a filet mignon? And I ain't been in no restaurant. I didn't know. All I know, a filet mignon to me sounded like something come out of a Japanese ocean. It didn't sound nothing like no steak. I told her, no, I didn't want that. I didn't want no filet mignon. I wanted a steak. And she got tickled. Everybody got tickled. But I just didn't want no filet mignon. I wanted a steak. Anyway, our channel might be done hit the dirt.
And you know you special, don't you?
Yeah, I've been
Well,
doing
what I've heard through all these stories, if you just listen to me. Not your mom, but me. You got a question, just ask. I'll tell you to save you some trouble. Unless
It's
you
my
act
co-conspirator,
stupid.
you know. Wow.
I'm not your wife.
I mean, we were married 25 years. I mean, Lord, if it'd been like buying a refrigerator or
Where's
stove.
my gold brick for that?
You got all these stories. I mean, she's been a washing machine, a dryer, a car or something. I mean, you get 25 years out of something, you know, you really, I mean, I had a lot of, I used her a lot, you know. I mean, I had her in all these little projects I was
In
working
adventures.
on. Yeah.
And I still would do it, don't Signing off.
Where you going now?
I'm going to get my grandbaby. I'm tired of doing it.
Yeah, we got grandbaby. I had some people tell me I ought to done this, so I can blame them if y'all don't like it. We'll like, share, subscribe. Appreciate it. Appreciate y'all. I got 100-something people that subscribe to me, and at least a few that's requested this, maybe they'll stick with me. And nobody checking out. Till next time, y'all figure it out. May the Lord bless.